Hello, everyone. Well, there's no one yet, but maybe after this, if I upload it. This is my first walk. I don't know, I want to get my kitty cats in there. Where's, I don't know, can you see Pepper there? I don't know. I'll have to turn it around maybe. Let me see. How do you do that? I'll turn it around. There's Pepper, like, do not come near me, else I'm going to jump down. I'm just trying to sleep. And there's Suki getting a drink. And this is going to be my first walk since before I got sick with Lyme. It's a gorgeous day. It's like 70 degrees. It's still, the humidity's kind of high, but it's pleasant. And it's like almost 10 in the morning, I think, going on 10. So this is our country road. So I figured I'd bring you along with me while I walk, see if anything exciting happens. Sometimes when I go for a walk, there's critters. There's been turkeys. Um, Several years ago, me and my husband had a squirrel bark at us. Yes, bark. It literally barked at us in its squeaky little squirrel voice. In the tree, she must have had babies and didn't want us there. So, it's, just enough to get the blood. Nothing, nothing dramatic. Because I can't, my body can't take that right now. Anyways, it's only been a few months. Like I keep reminding myself, it hasn't been that long, even though it seems like forever. But there's our neighbors. They have a nice little house tucked back in there. Oh, they've cut some trees down. Well, topped them anyhow. A lot of them are dying. Oh, and this, several years ago, um, there was orphan baby raccoons in their trees. They were the cutest little things. The mama got killed, but they were old enough and that they could take care of themselves. I mean, they're still small, but they were climbing around and eating and stuff, so they weren't baby babies. And if I have this camera weird, forgive me. Uh, I can't really see the screen because the glare from the sunlight. So I don't think I'm going to be able to see comments either, if anybody does. I thought I saw one person on here, but I can't, like I said, I can't see the screen that well. I'm only going to go about a mile altogether, half a mile up and half a mile back, because I'm so out of condition. It's been, whew, it's probably been 6 months since I've gone for a walk, because prior to getting sick, it was winter time. And we had a brutal winter, so I didn't get out to walk then. I did some walk away the pounds videos, um, but not consistently like I should have. Ooh, I hear a hawk. I don't know if you can hear it, but they were really screeching. And it's so quiet other than a few birds here and there. It's a little bit cloudy. It's overcast, but it's pretty bright out at the same time. I got my sunglasses on. Man, I'm not even going that hard and I'm already breathing a little harder. Shows how out of shape I am. These people rarely do anything with their yard. Believe it or not, they have a horse and it's out here sometimes. They're riding it, but ugh. Man, I can't believe how overgrown it's gotten. Can't even see their house anymore. Wow. Not that that's a bad thing. I don't mind if I wouldn't mind if I was kind of secluded either. I might pause this because this is, then maybe on the way back or when I get up to the tracks or something. Oh, I can't pause it. It's live. Duh. Duh, 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 duh. Bugs me that I can't see the screen very well. He keeps his property really nice, and he's probably like 80 years old or something like that, but he's always keeping his yard nice. His wife passed away several years ago. Huh. Looks like a bunch of road stuff. This is an area that many years ago when I was walking, I was heading the opposite way, but all of a sudden a kitten started meowing its head off. And there's a tiny kitten at the edge of the road. And so, of course, I go back and get it, and then I hear another one, and it was down in the ditch. Thankfully, it didn't have any water, kind of like now, because when we get rains, man, this is like a river running through here. Water's just streaming like crazy. So they were like maybe 6-8 weeks old at the most, but they were literally skin and bones. It was so sad. But by the end of the week, they, instead of hardly being able to walk, they were running and jumping up on the couch by the end of the week. But we couldn't keep them at that time. And so we found a no-kill thing. It's called Because You Care. So they were looking for a pair of kittens to put in with this other kitten that was orphaned. So took it over to the lady's house. She had tons of animals. Oh my word. She was a foster animal foster parent, or whatever you want to call. And she had goats, she had horses, she had cats, dogs, birds, inside, outside. But her house was immaculate. It was incredible. Now that's a driveway of a neighbor. Yeah, I wouldn't want to plow that thing in some wintertime. This is just an empty lot. They used to plant stuff in it, but they haven't for a while. A lot of times you'll see deer in the clearing here. But nothing today that I can see, but I can't even see I can see the field, because I'm here, but I can't see it on the phone. So if anybody does pop in on here and comments, asks a question while I'm live, I'm not going to be able to see it. That's the only bad thing about taking you with me here, is I can't see anything on the screen. And what is that? Oh, I thought that was a snake at first, but it's just a piece of rubber. Oh, and there's a car coming ahead. Man, the glare on this thing is ridiculous. It's horrible. I can't see a blooming thing with or without my sunglasses on. Lots and lots of cattails. I remember as a kid, I remember as a kid we would pick these and soak them in gasoline, and then later on light them up, and they burn for quite some time. Now you're not allowed to touch them because they're supposedly endangered. Does this look like they're endangered to you? They're everywhere around here. everywhere. Oh, there goes a chipmunk. I don't think I got it on film though. I'm almost there. That's my goal, is to make it to the tracks and back. So feel pretty good so far, but I know I'm not walking real fast. I mean, I'm walking as fast as I feel I can, but you know, I'm usually, when I was faithful with walking all the time, I wasn't breathing even this hard, you know, unless I really was like speed walking. And I'm not doing that by any means, but I think I might hear a train. Maybe not, I don't know. This will be it for exercise for me today, I tell you what. I didn't put my app going, but that's okay. I haven't really been using it once. And our neighbors down here, looks like they're getting ready to build another building. It's a business. It's some sort of little shop. Been around forever, and now it looks like they're expanding. So that's cool. I like seeing businesses do well, you know, especially for our little area. They got plenty of room to work with, that's for sure. I think I see a 1 for a person. Hello, whoever you are. I can't see the screen. All I see is this tiny little 1, and I'm not able to comment, I don't think, unless I find a shady spot, which, as you can see, there's not really much for a shady spot. Here's our railroad tracks. That's going west. And here comes another car. And that's going east. I gotta get out of the way here. Hi. Oh, no, I'm just sightseeing as I'm walking. Nope, you're okay. I have no idea who that was. She looked kind of familiar, but I don't know if she's... Oh, there goes another neighbor. I don't know who it is. That's terrible. I don't know my neighbors. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's see. Okay, I'm kind of in a shady spot. All messages are visible. Okay, I could kind of see, I can see if anybody, whoever you are, I don't even know who's on here. I don't know how to find out either. But I think I got it set that I can see comments now, at least while I'm kind of in a shady area. But yeah, it's quite rural out here, as you can see. And actually it's a lot more populated than it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, half of the homes that are around us did not exist. Yeah, it was even down this road. This road used to be a dirt road when I was growing up as a kid. And then they paved it. I can't remember exactly when, but which surprised us because there wasn't that. There was like there was maybe like half a dozen people that lived on this road. Now there might be a dozen. But yeah, it's I don't mind it being like this. I sometimes I think it's too populated around here. I like having space, which we have an acre, but you know, we've gotten a lot of neighbors around us over the years, which they're nice neighbors. They're good neighbors. There's nobody that's that I would say is a troublemaker or obnoxious or anything. A lot of them are our age or older. There's very few young people. Um, so it's usually pretty quiet around here, which I like. I like it very much. I mean, I've lived here all but 1 year of my entire life. No kidding. And let's see, I mean, our home is in our, in my old yard from when I was a kid. It was part of my parents' property that they gifted to us when we got married. But we couldn't do anything with it because there was these zoning laws. We had to have it subdivided, and that was, not cheap, and we had to get it well and septic approved. Had to do what they call a perk test. So there was all these hoops, and we didn't have any money then. So it wasn't until, quite a few, well, I'd say like about it was about 5 years later. It was after my dad died. A couple years after my dad died is when we were able to finally do everything. We had to take out a loan for that, and the stupid zoning laws changed just before we were going to do all that, where you needed so much square footage in your home. And we lived in a mobile home, just like we do now, except it was smaller, but we had replaced everything in it. I mean, it had new windows, carpeting, it was newly painted. We added a porch onto it. It was roomy enough for us, and it was paid for. But no, it was too small according to zoning, so we had to find another trailer or build or something that would meet their requirements. And that really irked us. We even said, well, couldn't we just add on to it? No, it has to be an existing square footage. We went through all this rigmarole with the subdivision too, because legally my parents had 2 acres. That's what shows on their deed. That's what they were taxed for. Well, we get to a meeting. They said, well, you only have 1.7 something because of the easement or right away, the road, because the property's on a corner of 2 roads. So at least a quarter, somewhere between a quarter to a half an acre was taken, but they were taxed on the full 2 all those years. And if it would be the opposite way, that they should have been paying on 2 acres but we're only paying on 1.7 or whatever it was, you can bet your sweet bippy that they would be like, well, we got to recover that tax money that you should have been paying. But because she was paying on 2 acres but only technically has 1.7, oh, no, we can't refund that money. What's done is done. And then we would go to a meeting for, it was a variance meeting for that, so that we could have the acre and she would have the grandfathered in before all that she had an existing place and could get the 0.7. Go to a meeting, and those people say, we don't know what you're doing here because we don't even take care of that. And they charged us $50 for a stenographer that we didn't even need. So we were there for like 5 minutes being told that they can't do anything because we're in the wrong place, yet we were told to go there and paid the money. Did we get a refund? No. So it was kind of an aggravation. And but after a lengthy process, it finally we got it subdivided and got the perk test and it passed, and everything finally went through. It took a few months at least to get it all squared away, and then it was in November that we got our trailer delivered, and that was like from 50 miles away. It was used, but it was in pretty good shape. We saw potential, and over the years we've fixed it up, and we're still living in it. But yeah, that was aggravating. So anyhow, that's why we ended up in a bigger trailer, which we're happy with it now. I mean, we certainly have filled it up. And it just irks us that we had to go so far into debt when the other one was paid for, Zoning, I'm thankful for it, and at the same time, I hate it. Well, these people are selling this house. Isn't it pretty? And it's so nicely tucked back in there. They keep it up really nice. They've only been there maybe, it's probably less than 5 years. So I don't know why they're moving, maybe job or something, who knows. But they're nice neighbors, they're quiet. Got all nice and quiet neighbors. Most of them take care of their places. Except for that guy's letting that used to be such a gorgeous trailer. And there's just animals nesting, and it's awful. And these neighbors are the ones that are mowing it because they don't want critters living in the grass over there, snakes and such. So they keep mowing it down, which is delaying that place from being condemned. But I like how they're tucked back in. They're always having a fire in the evenings and stuff, and sitting around at the fire pit just every single night, even during the day. They're both retired. They must be having some work done to their place. Huh. Yeah, they're like hippies. They look like hippies. But they're very pleasant, and they're quiet and stuff. So, but yeah, he's always wearing like tie-dyed stuff. He has a long beard, long hair, and everything. Kind of funny. This area here, I used to, as a kid, we used to play in the creek. That creek used to flow, and it still does at times, but it wasn't as overgrown as it is now. But we used to play there as a kid, catching pollywogs and stuff. And down there, and it goes across the road over to this side, okay? As children, in the wintertime, it would ice over. And we would go from one side of here, under the road, through that tunnel to the other side. Yeah. If I saw kids doing that, I would be like, my heart would stop. But back then, and my parents, I don't know if they knew what we were doing or not, but we would do all sorts of things like that. And there was vines in the trees. There still are, but not like there was, because some of the trees here have fallen or been cut down. But you can't tell right now, but that's quite a gully there, okay? And there would be vines hanging from up there. And we'd get a hold of vines, and there was a stump over here. And we would get up on that stump and on that vine and swing out and back to the stump. Yeah. That's my childhood home right up there, okay? I don't know if she could see us or not, but yeah, we did all sorts of crazy, dangerous stuff. And we were allowed to be out, till like 9 o'clock at night or something, and then just come back in. We were allowed to ride our bikes around without fear of being kidnapped, I don't think there was the child trafficking that there is now. And we used to, that hill It used to seem so huge to us as kids, and we'd get on our bikes and vroom, go down the hill onto the road. I mean, it just seemed like such a huge hill. And in the wintertime, we would have our little toboggans and go down. We'd even go down this road because there's also a slight hill. And it wasn't heavily traveled back then. Like I said, there's, that house over there was there, and that house there wasn't there. Even this one, uh, well, they've been there since the 70s or something. But yeah, well, I'm home, sweet home now. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry I couldn't see the comments if there was any. But I gotta take those tomato cages. They're still up on the cages are on the tomatoes and the peppers, and they're pretty much done for. So I gotta rip those out. I might do that later today and pick the rest of the spaghetti squash. As you see, I got a bunch of them up on the table over there. So, and then I'll mow this stuff down. We still got a pile of wood out there to mow down too. But it's a gorgeous day, gorgeous. We were supposed to get rain from Florence, and we got a little bit of it yesterday, but it didn't last long, and it wasn't harsh at all. So it just grazed us by a tiny bit. Look at all the spaghetti squash I gotta cut those open, scrape out the seeds, bake them. Not all at the same time. I don't have a big enough oven for but oh my word, I'm going to be busy with that. I'm trying to wait for a cool day because to put the oven going, I mean, it's still pretty warm, and we live in a metal box, so I don't want to do it when it's over 70. Oh, looky who's coming to see us. I thought you were out when I left. You were drinking water, weren't you? You going over the neighbors causing trouble? Are you? Is Trouble your middle name? Huh? 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 What? Well, okay. Well, okay. I'm going to shut this off and go inside and have me some iced coffee. I started drinking it, but I didn't want to drink too much and go for a walk, if you know what I mean. So, I am home sweet home, and thank you for watching, and we shall see you some other time if I can figure out how to shut this off again. It's like starting over every time I do this. Have a good day, everyone.